What's going on, guys? JSGC here. I apologise for my technical glitch there. Do apologise. I do like being live for that reason. I was just getting my sponsor stuff sorted. As you can see on the side, we've got a sponsor, which is brilliant. So thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. That is much appreciated. This live watch along between Manchester City and Chelsea. So if you are watching the video and you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, email also in the description too. And on the yellow banner too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries, just like SofaScore did, so they can be in touch and sponsoring every single live watch along between now and the end of the season in what is going to be a very busy schedule, I am sure, for Manchester City. And that heat that I keep talking about being cranked up even more, even just today. Liverpool beating Brentford 4-1. Arsenal beating Burnley away from home today, winning by 5-0. So it's a 3-goal win for Liverpool, a 5-goal win for Arsenal. Goal difference could be very crucial for Manchester City. We will speak about that more in just 1 second. As I said, this video is sponsored and it is brought to you by SofaScore. So do go and check out today's video sponsor. That would be much appreciated. SofaScore, it's a free app to download. So if you go and use the link in the description or the QR code on screen, that will take you to the download page to download SofaScore. It's a very highly rated app. And basically, they're going to keep you up to date with all the scores. So everything that's happening with this game between Manchester City and Chelsea today, I'm going to keep you up to date with what's happening through SofaScore, including when we go through the teams, when we're going on with the analysis and the statistics and everything. SofaScore, they've got me covered. It's a brilliant app. So if you haven't already, do go and check it out. Do remember, use my link in the description or the QR code on screen. Thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do also leave a thumbs up on the live stream. That would be much appreciated. We are aiming for 100 likes, and we've already made a good start here. Already now, 1/5 of our way to 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. 80 to go. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, and I absolutely love this. Absolutely love this, because the live chat, it's busy. That's one of the things we love to see, so thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. As you can see from my pinned live chat, I'm asking for your score predictions, guys. Get them in the live chat, and we'll read them out on air. Wanted to say a warm welcome to Edmund. Thank you very much for tuning in. Says, all the best to Manchester City. Please don't panic. Only teamwork together to bring the fruit of success. Believe it. And belief could be very important come the end of the season. It's all about backing yourselves, backing your own confidence, backing your ability to never give up, to have that desire to go out there, to win football matches and showcase why we are the best team in the world. We're world champions. So Manchester City, pressure is on today, and I'm sure that's going to be no problem for the Manchester City boys in blue. Dudley, hello, thanks for tuning in. Marius as well, thank you very much for tuning in. Going with a 2-1 prediction today for Manchester City. Says, I don't know why Pep is insisting with Akanji in that centre-back central midfield role. It doesn't really work. It's like a poor man's John Stones. I'll speak more about that again when I speak about the team. I'll speak more about it. That's one of the biggest talking points that I've got from the team selection today. Lydia, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Larissa, thank you for tuning in. Says 3-1 to Manchester City. The Jacker, thanks for tuning in. Shout out from the Bay. Love that. Says, hello, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And same as well from me. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend so far. And hopefully Manchester City can add to our weekend. McLeod, thanks for tuning in from Kenya. Messi Marv, thanks for tuning in once more, much appreciated. Agri, thanks for tuning in, says Manchester City are going to win. I do hope you are right, my friend. Letty, thanks for tuning in as well. Felix, thanks for tuning in, says Manchester City winning today. Reckons Man City is winning by 3 goals. Love that. McLeod, thanks for tuning in, saying 3-0 Manchester City. Letty going for a 4-0 victory today for Manchester City. City fan, thanks for tuning in, says stadium is empty. People need to get in there and sing. I think you're seeing a culture difference between England and other places around the world and in Europe. It's not very England over the last 20 or 30 years to go into the stadium early. Maybe it's a weather thing. I mean, it's absolutely throwing it down with rain, so people don't want to get wet, and it's also quite cold. But there's very much a culture thing where when you've got to build up to a match, in particular a match kicking off at 5:30 here on a Saturday night, that you spend all day basically on the booze, in the different pubs, in the different bars, in particular around Manchester City Centre. There's numerous amounts of pubs and bars out there for you to go and relax, keep warm, keep dry, and enjoy, and that's where you find a lot of people. So it doesn't tend to, even on match day, get particularly busy around the Etihad till maybe 30 to 60 minutes before kickoff. You spend a good 20-30 minutes wanting to get into the stadium. People will be on the concourse, of course, enjoying themselves, having a few drinks, chatting with their mates, and then it's normally around maybe 1 to 5 minutes before you actually have kickoff that people make their way to their seats. And that's, as I said, it's just a culture thing. I've been to do a City away game earlier in the season in Germany, in Leipzig, and they had ultras in that stadium 2 hours before, chanting, things going off. It was insane to see, but as I said, I just think it's a bit of a culture thing. But yeah, it's not just Manchester City that are guilty of that. Liverpool said they're world class for atmosphere. Doesn't happen at Anfield either. It doesn't happen anywhere in England. As I said, it's very much predominantly built into your brain. If it's football and you're relaxing and you're enjoying yourself, you're off to the pub, you're having some booze. That's normally how it works. Lil Q, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Lydia says, JSGC, your haircut on fleek today. Shout out to the barber. Love that, my friend. Thank you very much for tuning in. And shout out Jeanette, cutting my hair as well. Much appreciated. Verico, thanks for tuning in. Brian saying Akanji can't play in midfield. We'll speak about that in just one moment. Matthew going for a 4-0 victory for City, saying it's DJ Heaven Harmony. I'm not sure if he's on a new account or changed his name, but welcome. Thank you very much for that. Larissa saying good evening, JSGC. Good evening to you as well, my friend. Dave saying best of luck, City, but I'll be paying more attention to Warrington playing in France. Is that the Rugby League and the Catalans, I presume? Dontrell saying 4-2 to Manchester City. Lots of goals, I'll take that. News with Ryan says come on City and come on Chelsea. Which one is it? There we go. He says there are loud kid, just check your internet. I don't need to check my internet, I don't need to check my microphone, I'm just naturally loud, my friend. You're gonna have to just turn your volume down, I'm afraid. Brian says, JSGC, why are the fans not loud in the I've just explained it why. That's what people are out in the pubs. They're not wanting to sit into the stands and sit there in the freezing cold listening to, and I mean this is no disrespect to Manchester City, but listening to their build-up entertainment, which just isn't that good. People would rather just sit around having cheaper booze in a pub, chatting with their mates before games. That's what happens. It's just as it is. K-Shoot, thanks for tuning in. Says, why do Manx hate the Tories? I don't just think that's a predominant... In fact, if you look at the maps and stuff, you find a lot of the city centre locations on voting do tend to vote for the Conservative Party, which is the Tories, is what they're known as. You tend to stray away from the city centres, the people with the money, and you'll find very much that the Tory popularity is decreasing more and more. And you want to know why they hate the Tories? Well, we can be summed up best, I think, by Avanti West Coast. They are a train company here in England. They've got the last train running at around 6:30 today from Manchester back down to London. They've announced cancellations late last night and early this morning. No trains back for the away fans. Any Blues based down south, they're not getting back home. They shouldn't be having their contract. Who's in charge of that? The government. What are the government doing about the poor rail service over here? Absolutely nothing. Cutting funding to the north's what they're doing. That's why they're not very well liked. City fan says, Anfield is always busy. It's busy just before kickoff. You go to Anfield, it's still another 15 or so minutes away from kickoff. You look at Anfield 15 minutes before kickoff, it's not very busy, and if it is busy, it means you've not got loads of locals inside the stadium, because predominantly City have got 45,000 season ticket holders. The season ticket holders see the Etihad week after week after week. There's nothing special, nothing new in there. It's religion to them. They see it all the time, so they don't need to be in an hour before kickoff chanting somebody's name. As I said, it's a culture thing. Mbappe to Getafe. Imagine. Real Madrid squad with Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo and Jude Bellingham dangerous for the rest except for Manchester City. But I think City just needs to get Musiala or Frankie de Jong. I'm not too concerned about Real Madrid. I mean, worst comes to the worst. We end up facing Real Madrid, twice in a season. We've got the best manager in the world. You can have all these Galactico players that you want, but, if Mbappe's not feeling it, Mbappe's not feeling it. There we go. K-Shook, started to understand British politics recently. If you want my recommendation, I wouldn't get involved. That's from my experience in the 28 years on this planet. Anyone watching the Sky Sports coverage of this game in the UK here? Daniel Sturridge is wearing a jumper and it might have the biggest top pocket I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculously big. Anyway, we're going to crack on with this live stream. We're going to speak about the Manchester City team, but first we're going to speak about Chelsea. Remember, everything being brought to you today by SofaScore. So I'm going to roll the promo video. Hopefully it goes right this time. And then, yeah, we'll speak about the teams. It's not gone right for me. Hold on. We kind of got it right, didn't we? Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. As I said, do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. You can also use the QR code on screen. I need to get it right. I think it's my left hand and up here. There we go. Where you can use that QR code and you can scan that. And then you can download the free SofaScore app. And as I said, keeping me nice and up to date today as we've got it locked and loaded. So, as I said, yeah, Brentford 1, Liverpool 4 in the early kickoff means Liverpool have moved 5 points clear of Manchester City. In the 3 p.m. game, you had Burnley taking on Arsenal, and Arsenal have won that game by 5-0, which puts Manchester City under pressure because we're in third right now, 3 points behind Arsenal, and Arsenal now have a better goal difference than Man City. So unless Man City today win by 5 goals or more, we are going to be third going into the match against Brentford in midweek. So we're going back to, because just before I speak about the teams, I want to speak about the importance of goal difference. And I was speaking about this on Twitter and people were responding. The large majority agreeing with what I said, which is goal difference could be absolutely crucial come the end of the season. And I think that Man City at times this season are guilty of coasting games. I look towards that Crystal Palace game where we drew 2-2 at the Etihad. We were 2-0 up in that match and we decided to coast in the last 15 minutes. There wasn't enough energy, there wasn't enough urgency to kill that game off, and we ended up not picking up the 3 points that day. And I'm hoping that that game doesn't come back to bite us on the backside first and foremost. And second of all, we had a good opportunity that day to really increase our goal difference, and we chose not to take that opportunity. And right now, out of Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester City, we have the worst goal difference, which means we're playing catch-up. Now, we do have the bank of 2 games in hand right now, this game against Chelsea and the game against Brentford, both at the Etihad Stadium. And minimum, we need 6 points from these games. You don't need me to tell you that. We've been here before. We know what it takes to win the Premier League from these positions. But we do have coming up in March a Manchester derby. We do have Liverpool at Anfield. We do have Arsenal at the Etihad. 3 huge Premier League games. Now, we've got 3 Premier League games before we get to that schedule, so we have to focus on them and try and get 9 points. We get 9 points, we will sit top of the Premier League heading into the Manchester derby. And I think it's so important that we sit top of the Premier League by the time we're heading into that match at Anfield, because if we aren't top of the Premier League, we must win at Anfield. That's how serious things are right now. And these games, these are the ones that are building up towards this huge showdown that we've got in March against Liverpool at Anfield. Now, there's no guarantees that we beat Liverpool at Anfield. There's no guarantees that we take anything from Anfield. There's no guarantees, even though I'm confident that we can beat Arsenal at the Etihad. It's not guaranteed. Things happen. Premier League seasons, they're long. They're marathons. They're not sprints. Which means, with how close it is right now, this could be the case, could be the key word, could be the case by the time we get to the end of April into early May. And all of a sudden, goal difference could become very important, because remember, last game of the season, if we finish on level points with Arsenal or with Liverpool and they have a better goal difference than us, they win the Premier League, not us. So, very serious. And that's where Man City need to be careful. If you're winning 1-0, you want to keep pushing. Score a second goal. If we're 2-0 up, you don't sit on it and cruise. You keep pushing and you get the third goal. Now, we do have to find the right balance when it comes to goal difference. We do that by not using too much energy into games. But there's times where Manchester City take their foot off the gas. And I'm not talking about Man City going from 4th or 5th gear and then going into second and cruising. I'm on about if Man City go... So, for example, if we're 2-0 up at half-time today, Man City can't be thinking about, we've got Brentford in midweek, so we need to take our foot off the gas here, because Chelsea could get a goal back. It cuts down the goal difference, when in actual fact, we have the game near enough in the bag. 2-0 up, you're in a great opportunity to go on and win by 3, 4, 5 goals. Now, we've got Champions League football, we've got FA Cup football to think about. So, it's very difficult to find the right balance about when do you cruise control a game and when do you continue to push. Well, right now, Liverpool and Arsenal have a better goal difference than Manchester City. They're winning games and they're winning games comfortably. Man City are winning games and they're doing what they need to do. We win at Anfield, we win at the Etihad against Arsenal, we win our remaining games between now and that match at Anfield. Goal difference isn't going to be that important to Manchester City, but it could be if results don't go our way. So that's what we need to be careful of. Goal difference is an extra point. Remember, 2012, when we beat Manchester United to that Premier League trophy, we won it on goal difference. What helped in goal difference that season? Beating Manchester United by 6-1 at Old Trafford and beating Tottenham Hotspur 5-1 at their stadium at White Hart Lane. So Manchester City, they need to be thinking about that. Manchester City need to be thinking about if we're in positions to win games, we're doing so in a comfortable manner. I'm not too sure if this game's going to be one of them games. Chelsea at home, it could be quite difficult because it's a strange one. We saw in that match at Stamford Bridge 4-4. They've got the quality there, and if Man City offer Chelsea any kind of outlet into the game, they're going to take it, and this game could become quite difficult. But if we turn up and we tighten up, we should be winning this game, and we should be winning this game comfortably. The first thing I'm looking for, though, we're at a point where we're under pressure. Any win will do. 3 points today. I'm very happy with that. We can move on. We've got Brentford because we know we win today. We win against Brentford. We're top. Remember, Liverpool do play on Wednesday, but they're not playing next weekend and Man City are. So if we win today, we win on Tuesday against Brentford and we win away at Bournemouth next Saturday, fine as dandy, we're good to go. So, very quickly, teams as they're making their way out of the tunnel. I've waffled on for long enough using today's video sponsor SofaScore. It's absolute quality, guys. I'm not just saying that because they're sponsoring me. I'm saying that because I genuinely mean it. Go and check out the reviews there. It's a cracking app. Firstly, they're asking who do I think wins the game. I think Manchester City win the game, so I put my vote in. 67% of people agree with me. Nearly 50,000 people have voted. Go and download the app. Use my link. Go and vote. Manchester City winning today's game. Firm favourites for City as well. 3-1 on to win this game. Chelsea, they are 6.5-1 to win this game and a draw at 5-1. Manchester City's form, scintillating form. They're even telling you what channel the game's on and everything. What an app. Anyway, lineups. We'll start with our opponents first. Chelsea lining up with Petrovic in goal due to Robert Sanchez being injured. It's a back four made up of Gusto, Disasi, Colwill and Ben Chilwell, captain in Chelsea today. Midfield made up of Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher. Cole Palmer starts, more likely with Cole Palmer going through the middle. Raheem Sterling, I'm not too sure if he'll go on the left or on the right-hand side, and Nicolas Jackson. It could be Raheem Sterling goes on the right, Jackson on the left and Palmer through the middle. It could be Palmer on the right, Sterling on the left and Jackson through the middle. It can rotate that front line. That's the danger. It's got pace there. It's got precision there. It's got former Manchester City man Cole Palmer. He came back to bite us on the backside in the game at Stamford Bridge. We don't want that here. He's in familiar territory. He's licking his lips. He's licking his lips right now. Cut off supply to Cole Palmer. He's an informed player. danger man there. Substitutions for Chelsea today, made up of Bettinelli, their backup goalkeeper, Gilchrist, Samuel Smith, Chalobah, Mudryk, Caicedo, Harrison, Nkunku, and Madueke. Some decent players there. They are missing quite a few players as well. Robert Sanchez, Thiago Silva, Badiashile, Hugo Chukwu, Lavia, James, Fofana, Cucurella, all missing today. So, Chelsea having some absentees. Hopefully they're not going to use that as an excuse if City do get a nice positive result, as Manchester City making their way out of the tunnel. And lining up today, number 31 in goal, Ederson. Captain Kyle Walker starts today. Alongside him, at left-back, Nathan Ake, despite some rumours saying he was going to miss the game. He doesn't. He starts for Manchester City today. Ruben Dias also going through the middle. It will be Akanji going in alongside Rodri. I would like to have seen John Stones starting there rather than Manuel Akanji. I like Akanji. I'd have rather used him against Brentford than for this game, but here we are. I think the role suits John Stones better. I think John Stones is an all-round better player in that position. Chelsea are a very attacking team. Maybe City just don't want to take the risk with John Stones and having played too many minutes, but they're doing so with Doku and Haaland because they start, so I don't know about that, guys, if I'm honest. Kevin De Bruyne starts in midfield alongside Rodri. Julian Alvarez is going to be playing behind the striker Erling Haaland. Phil Foden starts on the right wing with Jeremy Doku on the left wing. I'm happy with that starting 11. I'd like to have seen Stone start ahead of Akanji, and I'd have been delighted with that. Man City substitute bench today made up of Stefan Ortega-Moreno, John Stones, Bernardo Silva. Good to see he's on the bench, so over that little ankle injury that he got against FC Copenhagen. Sergio Gomez, Matheus Nunes, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb, Mateo Kovacic as well back in the Manchester City squad. Good to see, so plenty of depth there, and also Mahamadou Sissoko on the bench. We do have two players out injured, Josko Gvardiol and Jack Grealish, both out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Mr. Criminal, thank you so much for the kind €2 donation. Much appreciated, my friend. Helping to support the future content created here on the JSGC channel. Says, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated, my friend. And Mr. Criminal, I have just been reading through the live chat there as I was speaking about the teams. I'm going to get round to speaking about that, but your support is much appreciated. So thank you so much for that. Salute to you, sir. Much appreciated. Ryan says, yes, how's it going, Jay? Going very well, my friend. Thank you very much. Kashyuk says, Foden hat-trick incoming. I do hope you are right. My score prediction, I think I'm going to go with a solid 2-0 victory for City today. Goals for Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden. I'd like to see Haaland get a goal. We will see. News with Ryan says, we have the best manager and the best midfield. Just need Madrid to our next UEFA Champions League so we can stream over them. Well, I can see it being, if we avoid them in the Champions League draw, I can see it potentially being a Manchester City Real Madrid Champions League final. And it might just be that big matchup that's been brewing over the last few years, in my opinion. We saw it a little bit, not in last season, of course, with City winning the Champions League and dominating them in the semi-final, but more so on display the season before, and just nothing to call between the two sides, and Real Madrid needing a remarkable comeback in injury time to send it to extra time to eventually go through and knock Manchester City out. So potentially, you're just seeing a little brewing of a European rivalry growing there. Mr. Criminal says, my favourite streamer, thank you very much. I'm blushing, my friend. Thank you for that. Marnie says, Pep knows that there are too many games and will win points and not on goal difference, so won't be focusing on that. I get the point. More, I think about the games at Anfield and at the Etihad. Should Man City drop any points in them games, all of a sudden goal difference comes right into play. So it's worthwhile having in the back of our brains and thinking about, because for example, today, if we're 2-0 up, I don't want to see City. So 2-0 up at half-time, I don't want to see us cruising. Arsenal haven't done it. Liverpool haven't done it. They've recognised that goal difference puts even more pressure onto Manchester City. They've made statement wins. We're looking for our own. We're the home team today. If Chelsea are there to be put to the sword, put them to the sword. You've got to be ruthless. You really do. Raheem going for a 1-0 victory today for Manchester City. Tom going for a 4-2 victory for Manchester City today as well. Thank you, Raheem, for tuning in. Much appreciated. I Don't Care going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. Jace, thanks for tuning in. Says I subscribe. Much appreciated. As we do have kickoff in this game between Manchester City and Chelsea. Chelsea attacking from right to left, playing in their navy blue shirts, shorts and socks. Man City attacking from left to right, playing in their sky blue shirts, white shorts and sky blue socks. Chelsea having a little bit of early possession. Conor Gallagher misses out on the ball. And here comes Kevin De Bruyne, and Man City can start thinking about their first attack of the game here through Jeremy Doku. Up on the left-hand side for City, twists and has to go backwards. Goes to Nathan Ake starting today with Josko Gvardiol being injured. It'd been interesting if Nathan Ake then rumours were true and he was injured, who Manchester City may have chosen to have put on that left-hand side. There's no real cover there for us to use. Might well have been Akanji, seems to be the versatile option that Man City like to use in defence, and if that was the case, then that would have forced a start for John Stones. Larissa, thank you so much for the €2 donation. Says, big fan of your JSGC, you deserve it. Thank you very much, my friend. As City have an early shot, comes in from Julian Alvarez and does go wide. Thank you very much for that, Larissa, much appreciated. Thank you to everybody that's leaving donations. All the money that comes into the stream just goes back into the streams. Go towards things like this, the light up microphones that have helped clear up any audio problems, goes towards crystal clear cameras, goes towards editors and things like that, and thumbnails and everything. So much appreciated. Thank you very much there, Larissa, for your donation. Today's choice of drink, we're on a Strongbow Saturday night, not having to do any driving or anything, so we'll have a drink for the first time in forever. So there we go, all sorted. All sorted. Keith, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. I've had a lot of people in the live chat, so I really do apologise to anybody that I have missed out and I've not mentioned. If I have missed anybody out, just pop it again into the chat and I'll see if I see it again. Sorry, it's difficult to keep up. Really is. English Dawn saying, Xabi Alonso to Liverpool, jury's still out. He's a good manager, doing a very good job at Bayer Leverkusen. There's different pressures, isn't there, when you go into the Premier League and you're in charge of a club with expectation. It's different. It really is. Just going to get my sponsor link sorted. Manchester City fans in fine voice and never in doubt for a Saturday night game. People have been enjoying themselves throughout the day. Everyone's woken up. We don't have such problems in the late kickoffs like we do in the early kickoffs when it comes to atmosphere. It's a big game and gradually the atmosphere will just get a lot better. So do go and check out today's video sponsor. Links and details there in the description. Do go and check out SofaScore. It's a free app to download. And we'll keep you up to date with all the latest scores happening from around the grounds and all the statistics. We will speak more about them later in the video. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We're now nearly halfway to my 100 like goal. We're now on to 48 likes. So just 52 to go. So any help towards that would be great. And also don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. 4 minutes in here at the Etihad, near enough. Manchester City are drawing 0-0 at the moment. Oderile, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. For some reason on my stream settings, it's not showing any analytics for me. I'm not too sure why, which is a bit frustrating from my end, as I can't really monitor performance. Just doesn't seem to be loading, I'm not too sure. Oderile, I'm very well, thank you, my friend. It's Saturday night, so of course very good. How are you, my friend? You know, I've only just noticed that sponsor on the stairs at the Etihad. It lights up and changes different names. Different colours. Here's Kyle Walker cutting in. Lovely stuff from Kyle Walker. Gives the ball to Rodri. Lovely pivot. Someone pointed out to me that Rodri's got a 2 games suspension should he pick up 2 more yellow cards. And with Liverpool and Arsenal coming up in the Manchester derby, they don't want him to get a yellow card. And so they said they wouldn't start him in this game just to run that risk down. And I was like, if you're going to rotate Rodri, I'd probably do it against Brentford. And I'd probably do it against Luton in the FA Cup if I was to do it. And they're 2 teams that are probably going to sit back and invite pressure. So if there's games where we could maybe afford not to have Rodri, they'd be the games I'd be looking towards rotating. Because there's not going to be many opportunities for rotation once we get into March and beyond, because every game just becomes a cup final. It's a lovely direct pass from Akanji into Haaland. Here's Phil Foden into the penalty area. Here's Phil Foden. He's under pressure. Enzo Fernandez is the one putting him under pressure. Ben Chilwell follows that up, and Ben Chilwell does a good job on him as well. Callum, thanks for tuning in. Gabby as well, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. 6 minutes in here at the Etihad, 0-0. We've not had any shots. We've not had anything happen as of yet in this game. Still waiting for our first opportunity. Currently, not much at the mo. And that's a good work here from Chelsea. Worked here to Cole Palmer on the Chelsea right-hand side. So Palmer has gone through on the right-hand side. Here's Conor Gallagher, squares it across, and Nicolas Jackson took a gamble on the back post, and it was just beyond him. Really good work that from Conor Gallagher. And Man City wide open a little bit there. Once again, I mean, if there's any weakness to City, you've got to feel like defensively maybe there is some vulnerabilities. We concede goals. We play a high line. There's opportunities there for teams. As the rain comes down, really heavy stuff. I think it's just having a bit of an impact on the outfield, as it's just a really greasy, wet, sticky outfield, very slippy. And Doku brought down there. By Gusto. There was some doubt about Gusto potentially starting this game, but seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to be moving awkwardly or anything, so who knows. Anyway, 3 kick here for City, left-hand side. De Bruyne stood over it. Loves a goal against Chelsea, doesn't he, our Kevin? De Bruyne stood over this then. A chance to put something into the box. Way too far out for a shot. Very much a crossing position. Akanji, Rodri, Ake, Diaz, recently single Ruben Diaz, all forward here. It's going to be Foden to take. There's a bit of wrestling going on in the penalty area. Headed clear by Chelsea, only as far as Alvarez. He has a shot, and header comes in from Enzo Fernandez. And the keeper's flapped. He's completely missed his header, and Ruben Dias... I'm not too sure what Ruben Dias was trying to do there. He was about 8-9 yards out from goal. He just puts his head onto it. Maybe he's trying to think about looping the header over the keeper. I mean, the keeper, Petrovic, comes out for it, so it's a little bit pathetic. He comes to punch it, and he's just nowhere near it and falls over. These aren't easy conditions to play football in, I will add. Not easy conditions at all. That's excellent defending by Manuel Akanji. Sliding to put the ball out of play for a throw into Chelsea, but stops the counter-attack there. And how many counter-attack goals did we see from Chelsea in the match at Stamford Bridge? Maybe Petrovic thought he'd been fouled by Akanji there, but not enough in it for him to fall down and just completely missed his punch. A little bit shaky from the Chelsea keeper there. 10 minutes in here at the Etihad, 0-0. So we are halfway now to my like goal of 100 likes. 50 more to go. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Free app to download. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Here is Nathan Ake. Gives the ball to Jeremy Doku. Have a run at them, Jeremy. Have a run. Keeps trying to twist onto his right foot. He's got two for cover, Palmer and Gusto. And yeah, the pass comes in and it's given away high up by Ruben Dias. And here comes Chelsea's counter-attack. Sterling streaming through the middle there. And the pass is just no good. And straight into the hands of Ederson. So there we are. Here's Kevin De Bruyne for City on the right wing. He's got Haaland and Foden ahead of him. Uses Foden on the right-hand side. Here's Akanji to Rodri. Worked to the left-hand side now by Manchester City. And Chelsea again just take up their formation. Almost like they're parking the bus. 11 men behind the ball. Here's Foden to De Bruyne. Back to Foden. Here's Walker. Not got anywhere to go at them though. And here's Nathan Ake now to Jeremy Doku. Plays a pass into Alvarez. Can get the cross. Haaland with a header! Just over the crossbar there from Erling Haaland. It's the first chance we've seen at goal 12 minutes in. It's a good opportunity. Haaland is bigger than Colwill. And you fancy Haaland should probably be burying that. He glances onto it. Good clean connection. It's an opportunity. It's a good ball into the box from Alvarez. He does everything right. He just doesn't get his header on target. That should be 1-0. Here's Kyle Walker then with a throw in for Manchester City. Haaland just needs to brush himself down. Gives the ball to Foden. Tries to twist. Can't twist. Tackled. And Rodri nearly gets the ball back. But Enzo Fernandez can launch a Chelsea counter-attack here. And here is Raheem Sterling. Twisting, turning. Has Chelsea's first shot. It's a tame effort straight at Ederson. It's on target. So it'll make Sterling feel better. Give him a bit of confidence that he's managed to get a shot on target. And it'll make Ederson feel better that he's managed to make a save. Albeit a very comfortable save that I'd expect any goalkeeper to make. But a save is a save. Here's recently single Ruben Dias then. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. The underrated Nathan Ake. To Manchester City's Jeremy Doku. Akanji now takes over with the ball. Gives the ball to Phil Foden. He thinks, you know what, I'm going to have a drive at this Chelsea back line. And works it now to De Bruyne. He goes with a cross. Too much on that for Haaland. Finds Doku out over on the left wing. Alvarez having to drop into a deeper space. His pass is slightly behind Nathan Ake, so he has to track back and just takes a little bit of a sting out of City's attack on the left-hand side, so they work it to the right instead. Here is De Bruyne, goes with the outside of his foot, looking for Jeremy Doku, cut off well there by Gusto, and Disasi can get that further clear for Chelsea. Only as far as Rodri, though, and Manchester City can have possession. Rodri under pressure. Excellent work that from Rodri. Excellent spatial awareness from Rodrigo. We've come to expect no less from him. He's an outstanding player. Makes a good pivot, a good turn, and Manchester City can have control of the football once more. As we're through 14 minutes, 0-0 here at the Etihad between Manchester City and Chelsea. Here's Jeremy Doku now to Nathan Ake. City fans chanting about Derby Day. Looking forward to Derby Day coming up at the beginning of March. I think it's March 3rd. Dates serve me correctly. On the Sunday. Here is Manuel Akanji now. He's under pressure and he's going to lose out on the ball. And I was speaking before about Rodri's excellent awareness of space. Akanji there caught out, not aware of the danger around him. Didn't realise he had cover and he was getting pressed and loses out on the ball. And Man City now can think about a counter-attack. Here's Jeremy Doku. He's got De Bruyne ahead of him. Rodri to his side. Foden and Haaland also ahead, and Rodri goes for a Rodri rocket. Was never on, blocked and blocked well by Chelsea. They want a free kick, and Michael Oliver's going to oblige, and Chelsea can have a free kick just on the outside of their own penalty area. Sorry, it's not Michael Oliver, is it Madley? Sorry, I thought it was Michael Oliver on first glance. Apologies for that, guys. Referee today is... Bobby Madley's brother, Andy Madley. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was. I think it's just the black hair. I just genuinely thought it was Michael Oliver. Anyway. Bobby Madley's brother. There's Ruben Dias. City just playing this game at a slow rate. I'd like to see a little bit more urgency from City. I really would. Here's Doku. Hit his arm. Referee says no penalty. No penalty? His arm, he says no free kick to Chelsea. I don't know why I was thinking about penalty. There we go. Here's Cole Palmer. Should have this snuffed out, and does. Nathan Ake plays a pass back to Ederson. He's under pressure here, Ederson, and he gives the ball away. And Chelsea, it's not a good cross into the box, so danger, I think, averted there by Manchester City. Only as far as Enzo Fernandez, though, and here's Conor Gallagher. And, it's a good ball, and Cole Palmer was ready to strike an effort on goal, and Nathan Ake makes a sliding challenging out for a corner to Chelsea. It's just a situation that City could have avoided, and I'm going to go back to what I was saying to you guys before about Akanji not having the spatial awareness of realising who's around him. Ederson there as well, just guilty of that. It's a poor giveaway. Just taking his time. You got to put your ball comes to him. You're under pressure, the pressing. You just put your foot through it, clear it upfield. Worst case scenario, you put it out into the stands. You let the defenders get back. That very nearly led to a Chelsea goal. It still might. It's corner to Chelsea, so defending here for City to do. Messi Marv, thank you very much for your €1 donation. Much appreciated. Celebrating their first Super on a live stream as well. Much appreciated, my friend. Shout out to you. Another legend here. Snowy, thanks for tuning in. Tom as well, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. So corner here for Chelsea is eventually going to be taken. Headed clear by recently single Ruben Dias. Raheem Sterling now finds Conor Gallagher, and another cross comes into the City penalty area, and Chelsea just trying to sort their feet out here. Here is Cole Palmer. Got a chance to put something into the box. He chooses not to take that opportunity, and he has to work it out wide, and Caicedo just works this all the way back to Gusto, and it's going to go all the way back to Petrovic in goal, you know. He's got to sort his feet out. Caicedo back to the keeper, and I wonder if Chelsea might want to put the foot through this. He doesn't. He goes to Disasi, and lovely drop of the shoulder there from Cole Palmer. His special talent, Cole Palmer. He's a big loss, I think, for City. Said it at the time when we sold him. I said, I don't think this is the correct decision. We've got a good amount of money, £40 million. It's obviously worth more now, but you just always saw the potential. You saw what he could offer. You fancied that he could really go to that next level, and I just thought we were seeing the very best out of Cole Palmer right at the beginning of the season. Pre-season, he looked sharp. He looked good in the Community Shield. He looked good in the European Super Cup. I'd have kept him if it was up to me. I'm not in charge, so the powers that be have said, you know what, we'll let him go. And our loss very much has been Chelsea's gain, because Chelsea haven't really had too much to shout about this season. They've had very much a similar season this season to what they had last season, a very disappointing season. They showed the odd glimpses here and there of being good, but a large majority of it's just been very inconsistent. But if there's one thing that's stood out, for me anyway, when I've watched Chelsea, is the quality that Cole Palmer has got. City win the ball back high up. Here's Diaz. He's got Kyle Walker on the right-hand side in acres of space if City just want to use him. They just seem to be moving everything down the left-hand side, and eventually the ball's just given away. It's too busy moving these balls into congested areas. They don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. It's an excellent bit of defending that from Akanji, and the pass comes forward to Haaland. It's not very good, and Chelsea can have the ball and can come forward here. I did think Chelsea were playing in navy blue. It's like a mixture of navy blue and black, their shirts. I thought it was their home kits looking at the colour. Maybe I need to just mess around with the colouring of the screen, because it looks like they're wearing the home shirt on my screen, but it's not. It's their away shirt. So it's a black shirt with a navy collar, and it looks like it's got navy stripes down it as well. And that looks like it's gone out of play, and it will be a throw into Manchester City. So we're now 46 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Excuse me. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. And also in the live chat, you can use the QR code on screen. Just scan that and that'll take you to the download page to download the free SofaScore app. That would be much appreciated. Here's Chelsea once more coming forward. And they've looked pretty lively, Chelsea. Man City yet to wake up. Had one good chance with that Haaland header. Other than that, not too much to talk about. It's been a very tight affair, to be honest. Chelsea certainly haven't looked uncomfortable, is what I will say. Whereas Man City at the back, when pressed, particularly in their own final third, have looked a little jaded and uncomfortable. Cole Palmer, it's a brilliant ball from Cole Palmer, and there's space here to work, and the ball comes across, and surely Chelsea are going to score. It's a brilliant save. What a save from Ederson. Jackson really should have put that into the back of the net. It's good work. It's good attacking play from Chelsea, but it's equally as good a save from Ederson as you'll see. He's patient. He waits for the attack to come in, and as soon as the attacker Jackson looks like he's going to take the shot, he advances, closes down the angle, and the only way he was going to score was either chipping the keeper or poking that under his legs. And in the end, just straight at the goalkeeper, and Ederson makes the save. Best opportunity of the game so far, and Manchester City really need to wake up here. Really do need to wake up. Here's Jeremy Doku now on the left-hand side to KDB. Back to Doku. I think he's just going to be happy to take the corner. Nicolas Jackson looks frustrated. I get it. Onside pass that came through. It was a brilliant ball from Cole Palmer. I think Jackson keeps himself onside. His touch is slightly heavier, and it just allows Ederson to make that advance. It was Gusto that played the ball into Jackson. He tries to poke it under Ederson's legs. It's such good goalkeeping as Ruben Dias has a shot, slices his own shot. Foden heads it back in, headed up, and Chelsea can put their foot into it. And City are crying for a penalty here. Akanji's down, holding his face. What's happened? 4 City players went over to Bobby Madley's brother and were crying for a penalty. Let's have a look. He just puts his arm all over Akanji's face. It's catches Akanji. I'm not sure if it catches him in the eye or not. I don't think I don't think that's a penalty. For me. A little bit clumsy from the defender. If it's outside the penalty area, maybe the official's more inclined to give a free kick, but for a penalty and how important it would be, I always think to myself, if it's at the other end, what would I think? If it were Chelsea doing that to City, I'd tell him, get up. Petrovic with the free kick for Chelsea. Going to send it forward. Launched long. Header should be won by Rodri and is. Doku can't get it under control. Very physical Chelsea. It looked like that struck the arm of Akanji then. Referee doesn't give it, but Gallagher does come away with the ball, and here's Cole Palmer. Dinks a ball in. What a ball from Cole Palmer, and Raheem Sterling falls victim to the greasy surface, and just at that important moment just slips over. And City once more just dilly-dallying around. I agree with Ali. They need to wake up a little bit here. Here's De Bruyne. Maybe this is the opportunity. Gives the ball to Haaland. Back heel back to De Bruyne. It's beyond De Bruyne. He tries to get the ball across. It goes out for a corner to Manchester City. I want to see a little bit more. Bit more energy. A bit more urgency about City. Project Real Deal, thank you very much for tuning in. Says, waiting for my food, watching you. Perfect timing this time. Thank you very much for tuning in, and do hope you enjoy your food as well. Corner here then for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne to take. Looks like they're going near post, and Erling Haaland's bundled over. He wants a penalty. Alvarez sends a ball into the box. Cleared by Chelsea. And they can think about a counter-attack, and Phil Foden thankfully makes an interception, an important interception. City need to be wary of these counter-attacks, they really do. Chelsea look very dangerous on the counter, they look very dangerous, and Akanji under pressure from Conor Gallagher, and referee says, just stop please, because, I mean, Ben Chilwell's all over Erling Haaland there. He literally just wrestles him to the ground. The question is, does Erling Haaland have a hold of any of his shirt to make it 6 to 1 and half a dozen of the other? There's so much grappling that goes on. So much grappling. Right, the referee says, happy for play to continue. Check complete. So I presume Haaland's grabbing his shirt as well in response to that. It's not easy marking Erling Haaland when he's so tall, so physical. There's so much grappling going on, and I wish the officials really would clamp down on it to stop teams from doing it. And I mean that in both penalty areas. The amount of grappling you get in games is ridiculous. It's not just the Erling Haaland thing. As that ball comes in, Haaland wins the header. Only into the back of the head, I think, of Conor Gallagher, and Chelsea can come away with the ball. Jackson surrounded out, and Doku does very well there, protects the ball. He wants the free kick. Referee's just waiting to see where the ball ends up. Ends up with Chelsea. And Ruben Dias puts the ball away. And now Ruben Dias, furious at the referee now, says that was a free kick he thought on Jeremy Doku. Really not happy that a free kick weren't given. So 29 minutes in, and it's been a bit of a flat 29 minutes. And dare I suggest there's maybe a little bit of tension there for City. It's always the case when you're under pressure and you're in a must-win game. The longer things sit at 0-0, the more anxious people get. City are just playing a patient game, and I just hope that we do end up grabbing the first goal in this game. I really do. Because the stadium's anxiety will just be through the roof should we go behind. And it shouldn't take us to go 1-0 down to improve the tempo. This is a very slow tempo from City. And from what I've seen in the first 30 minutes, other than that Haaland header, there's just not been too much on offer. We actually look more likely to win a penalty than we do to score in open play past Petrovic. That will be a free kick for Manchester City. Rodri brought down from a challenge from Caicedo. City fans not happy. It should have been a free kick on Jeremy Doku from Moises Caicedo before, and there was a little stamping on Doku when he went over the top of the ball. How on earth on the 2 nibbles that he's had there is a no free kick being given against Caicedo on Doku before? No wonder Ruben Dias was so angry. It's mental. Cross comes in then from Doku. Headed clear by Ben Chilwell. Through the 30-minute mark, 0-0. Kyle Walker just about gets his foot on the end of that to stop Nicolas Jackson poking that from under his feet and potentially having a Chelsea counter-attack. As it is, City can have possession and can come forward here through Rodri. Gives the ball to Julian Alvarez. Here's Ruben Dias for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Ruben Dias now. Gives the ball to Jeremy Doku. There's support on the left-hand side through De Bruyne. I've not seen enough of De Bruyne for my liking. I'd like to see more. Here's Rodri to Akanji. Ake now to Rodri. Back to Nathan Ake. Again, just a bit pedestrian, a bit slow from City. We just need to see that tempo improved a little bit. Alvarez having to drop really deep, almost into a defensive midfield position just to get hold of the football. And Chelsea just choosing to sit really tight. Lovely feet from Rodri. Gives the ball to Diaz now. Here's Doku. Back to Diaz. Here's De Bruyne. Gives the ball to Alvarez into the penalty area. Overruns it and Disasi can get his foot onto it and clear it. And even better than that for Chelsea, Nicolas Jackson can get his foot onto it and get control. Here's Sterling now to Enzo Fernandez. Finds his pass to the left-hand side to Ben Chilwell. Here is Enzo Fernandez. To Ben Chilwell now. And it's fascinating this from Chelsea because... One second, Raheem Sterling's in here. And it's just doesn't sort his feet out. Classic Raheem Sterling. So, what are we going to say? Oh, here comes City coming forward. 1 second again. Here's Jeremy Doku now up against Gusto. Doku! With a shot and straight into the hands of Petrovic. Good opportunity that for Manchester City. I think Sterling might just have been offside there, so probably wouldn't have counted even if he had put it away. Classic Sterling, looking for the extra touch, maybe looking for the pass, indecisive, and the opportunity disappears. Good keeping from Ederson once more, forcing Sterling into that position. And City just let that ball bounce again, that long ball forward, and here's Ederson, plays a pass to Rodri, cool as you like. And that one pass just dissects Chelsea. So what I was going to say before is Chelsea are doing a very similar approach to a lot of teams that sit in the bottom half of the Premier League table where they'll park the bus, that low block, everyone behind the ball. That's what Chelsea are doing. The difference between Chelsea and them teams, though, is when they come forward, they're normally isolated, one player. You may get 2 or 3 at most. Chelsea aren't scared that once they get play and get forward and get a bit of space that you see 5, 6 players getting forward. And that, I think, is what causing City problems. And that's why Chelsea are looking so proactive and so lively in front of goal. So again, it's just something that City need to be wary of. Anyway, guys, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 45 likes to go to 100 likes. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description, or use the QR code on screen. It is a free app to download, remember. And finally, we do get a yellow card in the game. De Bruyne goes down under the challenge of Caicedo, and it's taken a third challenge for him to give a free kick and give a yellow card. And it's probably the weakest of the 3 challenges that we've seen. He goes into the book, and I presume he goes into the book for persistent fouling. 7th yellow card of the season there for Moises Caicedo. So 35 minutes in, 0-0 here. P. Diddy, thanks for tuning in. I don't know what Castle glasses are. You'll have to enlighten me. So free kick here for City. Good position to put another ball into the box. Foden took the last one, and he's going to take this one as well. Cross comes in, headed one by Chelsea. There have not been bad set pieces into the box, I don't think, from City. It's just been good defending from Chelsea. It's been good attacking. Chelsea just look tight and good. Chelsea are very inconsistent, but it seems whenever they go up against us, they look like a rejuvenated, changed team. I just feel like they're coming to the home of the Premier League champions. They've got a point to prove. They want to prove that point. Sterling and Palmer have got bits between the teeth. They're players that City let go. They sold them. Maybe they take that personally and they up their game to try and showcase their quality, to say, here, this is what you're missing, you should have kept me. I don't know. Whatever it is, City not got going at the moment. Walker's long ball forward comes in. Haaland can't get it under control. Alvarez trying to mop up on that. Couldn't. Petrovic comes out and claims that. At the moment, you've seen Man City dominating the ball. Dominated the shots, 8 shots to Chelsea's 2, but Chelsea's 2 shots have been 2 good opportunities, 2 shots on goal. I'm going to say that I thought Nicolas Jackson probably should have scored before. For Manchester City, just shots not on target, not testing the keeper enough. It's a greasy, wet surface. Have some shots from range. Try something new. Rodri will go down. Nadir says, sorry, but teams always turn up against us and bend over for Liverpool and Arsenal. I think it's a respect thing. And I'm not saying teams disrespect Manchester City. I'm saying I think teams are very respectful of Manchester City and they're not very respectful of Arsenal and Liverpool. I think teams look at them and they think, we're going up against a team who, Liverpool last season, weren't very good, finished outside the Champions League spots. They've added some players in midfield, but were more than capable of trying to do something. So they get the wrong approach and they go in with an attacking mentality. So it with Brentford today. Against Manchester City, it was very much park the bus, hold on, try and force a 0-0. Didn't see that today. They were happy to attack Liverpool because they don't think Liverpool's as good. And then they get put to the sword because Liverpool, turns out, are pretty good. Same with Arsenal. Teams think, it's just Arsenal. We don't need to show them any respect. We're just going to turn up, play a game. We reckon we might pick up some points and end up being on the receiving end of a battering because Arsenal, surprise, finished second last season, looking pretty good this season, are a pretty good team. Whereas Manchester City come to town and they go, you know what, treble winners, Champions League winners, 3-time consecutive current Premier League champions. It's going to be such a difficult game. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna park the bus. You will find as the season goes on, teams are chasing points. So teams that need wins will commit more, and teams that are needing points rather than wins, so draws, will start to tighten up a little bit. I don't know what Arsenal and Liverpool's schedule is and how they're looking about playing teams at the bottom, but if I was to be a betting man and I was to say outside of Man City playing Liverpool or Arsenal where they're going to drop points, it will be in away matches against teams who have got something to play for, who need wins either at the top or bottom of the table, or teams towards the bottom of the table that are desperate that need points. I don't know what their schedule's looking like, but they start facing the middle pack, so teams probably 14th and above, right up to about 9th. Then 5 or 6 teams, you face any of them, they'll go on the beach, they'll be on their holidays by April. But Man City have it in our own hands. You know, we've got 6 massive games coming up in the Premier League. Chelsea today, Brentford at home on Tuesday, Bournemouth away next Saturday, Manchester United in the Manchester derby at the beginning of March, Liverpool at Anfield and Arsenal, presuming that Brighton game's postponed. due to the FA Cup. Presumably Man City and or Brentford will be in the quarter-final. That our next game, our 6th game, will be against Arsenal at the Etihad. They're 6 massive games. 6 games, 6 wins, 18 points. I don't see anything other than Manchester City lifting that trophy in May. And Liverpool and Arsenal will know that. So the only way they can go about it is trying to put maximum pressure on City by winning their games and winning them as big as possible. Here is Ruben Dias, recently single. We're now 5 minutes away from half-time. If there is anything to be added on, there hasn't been too much time wasted. There's been a couple of short VAR checks, but other than that, I can't imagine there'll be many more stoppages and any more minutes added on, so maybe 1 or 2 at most. Free kick given against Conor Gallagher, not happy with that. City just want to get back underway as quickly as possible. Conor Gallagher has a second bite at the cherry with Rodri there. Maybe he's just trying to wind him up. Remember, Rodri only 2 games away from suspension, so he needs to be careful of them yellow cards, not doing anything stupid. Pep Guardiola as well, he's only 1 yellow card away from a touchline ban. So he won't want to be banned for any games, but if he is to get a yellow card and be banned, you don't want that ban coming in a game in March, really. So there we are. So free kick here for City. De Bruyne just takes it short. I'd have probably put something into the box then. Into Alvarez. A shot comes in. I think it's hit his chest rather than his arm. Chelsea looking for the counter. De Bruyne nearly got that under control. Here's Cole Palmer. There's a bit of space here for Chelsea to work in. This time it's Jackson to Sterling. He gets it right, and there's another opportunity for Sterling. He turns Walker and finds the back of the net. It's been coming. Chelsea have threatened that 3 times in this game. City, all 3 times, haven't learnt their lesson. Sterling makes no mistake the second time around. Turns Kyle Walker onto his right foot against his former team and pops the ball into the back of the net. Manchester City too slow, too lethargic, caught out by Chelsea, who, for the first 41 minutes, to me, they've been excellent. That pains me to say. We saw this at Stamford Bridge. Lessons just aren't being learned by Manchester City at all, and that high line just exposed. Too slow, too predictable, as the chat's saying there. Far too slow, far too predictable, not going to plan. And, with Arsenal winning and Liverpool winning earlier today, it's just danger. I'm so disappointed with Man City allowing... There's various reasons why that goal happens. I think one of the most disappointing there is Kyle Walker getting turned by Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling's a former Manchester City player. Whilst Kyle Walker was here, he knows that Raheem Sterling is right-footed and he's got a stronger right foot. You do not show Raheem Sterling onto his right foot. If Raheem Sterling's to go for goal, he's got to go on his left foot. Sterling probably turns because he doesn't want to go on his left foot. And then you snuff out that danger, and it's not happened as De Bruyne comes forward. And it's Foden has a shot. It's taken City to go behind to get that urgency. And this is what I was saying to you guys before, the dangers of it. You can't keep going a goal behind for you to up the crank, to up the ante, to get that energy in. You can't keep doing it because you'll come a cropper eventually. And Chelsea have looked good so far. This is a must-win game for City. It really is. It puts so much pressure onto City. So much pressure. I was saying before to you guys about the importance, not just a goal difference, and if City pick up a point today, it's out of Manchester. Well, it's still in City's hands, is it? Yeah, it's still in City's hands because we've still got Liverpool and Arsenal to play, but there's so much pressure because it means the match at Anfield now goes from being a do-not-lose game to a must-win game. Whilst they've had fans, when was the last time we won at Anfield when fans were in the stadium? I don't know. Cross comes in, it's a good ball, and it's great defending, and Disasi has every right to celebrate that. It's a great header, he stops a goal. Stopping goals are just as important as scoring goals. It's great defending. It's a great ball in. Haaland scores there. It's great defending from Disasi. He punches the air. He celebrates like he's scored a goal there. Excellent defending from Chelsea. Cross comes in. Surely. Haaland. It's 2 opportunities now for City. And it goes out of play. And Chelsea just hang on there. Disasi it is again, stopping a goal. And Haaland. We need Haaland to be on it. We really do. Three minutes then added on. Probably would have been 2 without the goal. Chelsea win the header from the goal kick. Only as far as Akanji. He'll cut it off. You sense there's a huge second half coming for City. I don't want to sound dramatic, but you sense that this is a do-all or end-all second half for City. I know there's still so much left of the season, but there's no margin for error. We've been here before. We know there's no margin for error. Not one bit of it. Doku sends a ball across, defended well by Disasi. Again. Here's Doku. Rodri now into the penalty area. Alvarez! Jack, no, he's injured. He's out for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So no Grealish. There's no Grealish now for right until City's game at Anfield, really. Alvarez gets that all wrong there. Out for a corner, but it needs to be good. De Bruyne to takes it short to Alvarez, flicks it across, straight from the training ground. Foden blocked. Also De Bruyne, it's high and looping, and Aki goes down. Aki weren't getting to the ball, is the problem there. So, another minute left of added time. What can Man City do in that minute is the question. I'm sure we'll all feel a little bit better should City grab a goal, but at the moment, Chelsea having a big say on the Premier League title race, and Man City just really haven't got going. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what's going on at all. Saw it last week against Everton as well. It was so slow. Cross comes in from Ake. Haaland wins the header and it's glanced and it's wide. I think there's plenty to think about in this game. Long ball sent forward from Chelsea. Header won by Nicolas Jackson. City can get the flick on, and so many of City's attacks going down this left-hand side. It's just City's left-hand side's just not looked that good. The half-time whistle does go. There's plenty for City to think about here. There's plenty for me to think about. I think there's one advantage, one positive, and I'm just reading off body language. Them Chelsea players are laughing and smiling the winner at the Etihad. Why would they not be laughing and smiling? But they're coming across as a group, as a team who's got a lot of confidence. And I'm hoping, maybe more in hope than expectation, that as we dink in towards the second half, overconfidence becomes a thing, and Chelsea continue to commit players forward and give City a sniff and give us a bit of space. That's what you saw a lot of at Stamford Bridge, and it made it a bit of a ding-dong battle because of how much space there was. Chelsea need to do more of the same. So City need to up the ante, up the urgency. We're going to lose this game. Goal difference not really that important right now. If we're going to lose this game, you may as well run the risk of finding equalisers and winners and go all out attack and chuck everything forward. So if it's up to me, urgency gets put in first and foremost to the players. Quick movement, no sideways passing, forward passing only. And I'd probably chuck Bernardo Silva on. I'd like to see him chucked on at half-time, but it's not really how City do things. They tend to wait until the 60, 65 minutes and go from there. But I could argue a case that it might be worthwhile here, City taking maybe someone like Akanji off, sacrificing a defensive player, because right now we need 2 goals. Defence not that important. You go with the extra attacker just to try and draw somebody out, because at the moment there's been 1 or 2 chances, but there's not been too much else clear cut for City. Haaland's header obviously been the big one, but past there, there's just not been that much on show for City. Chelsea have had the better opportunities. Chelsea probably should have scored at least a couple of goals, which is why I said right after Chelsea had scored that they've been excellent. They've managed City really well. They've defended well. They've defended deep. They've defended balls into the box really well. They've been physical with Manchester City. They've utilised the counter-attacks. They've been pinging balls into space, pinging balls forward, early crosses in, good touches with the ball, and all they were missing was a clinical touch in front of goal, and they've found that clinical touch now through Raheem Sterling. It's just so painful that I see Raheem Sterling scoring against us, that I see Cole Palmer doing well, and once again, Man City, a victim of selling players, the insistency to bring money in for players, having the impact on Manchester City in the long term, not from the finances, but on the field, and how costly it could have been last season through Man City's willingness to allow players like Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko to go to Arsenal, and for us to allow Raheem Sterling and Cole Palmer to go to Chelsea. So I think it's just worthwhile thinking about. We'll have a look at the statistics for this game. Manchester City dominating possession, 68% possession compared with 32% possession. I am using today's video sponsor, by the way, which is brought to you by SofaScore. So please do go and check them out. That would be much appreciated. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat if you want to go and check out today's video sponsor. That would be much appreciated. I do have a promo video which I'll roll at the end of me speaking about the statistics. City then 14 shots, 2 on target. It's poor, in particular really poor when I say to you Chelsea have had 3 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal, 5 shots off target for City. Haaland's header, costly, 7 block shots. They're not finding the space, they're not being creative enough, they're not attacking enough, they're not doing enough. Let's be fair, Man City at the moment have been very subpar. If I was to rate City's performance out of 10 and their approach to the game and what they're doing, they're probably going to get a 2 out of 10, whereas Chelsea's approach and performance and execution, probably getting an 8 or a 9 out of 10, and that's the difference here. And we're facing a team that's, what, are they 10th in the Premier League? And Man City being too respectful because of what happened at Stamford Bridge and too wary of the counter-attack and open games. Well, at the moment, we've got to take that risk and go in with the ding-dong battle as far as I'm concerned. Approach has been all wrong. I like City to be nice and attacking. You try and grab that opening goal and you try and do it early on. First 15 minutes, there was nothing there from City. They weren't doing enough. They've not done enough all first half. They've got 45 minutes to pull the socks up and sort this out, because if they don't, it could be absolutely deadly come the end of the season. It really could. City losing this game today, or City just not winning this game today, means we've got to go to Anfield and win. We've got to go to Spurs Stadium and match our result that we got in the FA Cup. We've got to beat Arsenal at home. We've probably got to win every single game between now and the end of the season. There's no margin for error. And in a home game against a team down in 10th, that's so disappointing as far as I'm concerned. I'm disappointed right now, more than I am angry or annoyed. I'm disappointed with how City are playing. We're going to lose, you go down fighting. I've not seen any of that. It's just been so subpar from City. 2 big chances for Chelsea. They've had less possession, less shots than us, but they've created more big chances. City with only 1. Both teams missing 1 big chance, but Sterling tucking it away with his opportunity at the second bite of the cherry. There'll be more opportunities for City in the second half, so I'm not going to sit here and say that it's all doom and gloom and it's the end of the game. It's not. We do need to be wary about Chelsea doubling the lead, but we need to win this game. So as far as I'm concerned, you've just got to be more attacking. You've got to be brave and take that plunge as far as I'm concerned here, because it's just not been very good from City. 336 passes, pass accuracy at 94%. It's great being accurate with your passes, but you're not doing much with them. Chelsea with 164 passes, 133 of them accurate, 81% pass completion rate. Chelsea not connecting with any other crosses, City connecting with 5 of theirs. Aerial duels, level neck and neck at 26. Dribbles, neither team being that impressive. 38% for City and 50% for Chelsea. Chelsea have done more tackles. City have had more interceptions. Chelsea have had more clearances. It's been a very tight game. All comes down to the opportunity and how good your opportunity is. Chelsea have had 2 good opportunities before they put the third one away. And Manchester City just not been at the races so far, and it's very disappointing, if I'm honest. Very disappointing. So as I said, get your thoughts in the live chat. Are you concerned? What can City do about it in the second half? What changes could be made? Let me know. Raheem, I agree. Haaland does need to start putting his opportunities away. We need Haaland to be firing on all cylinders. We're at the business end of the season. We need to be getting the very best out of Erling Haaland. In fact, if ever I've seen a need for Erling Haaland to have 2 quick opportunities and bag a couple of quick goals, today is that day. Lydia, any mocktails? Not mocktails, but Mixed will be bringing you some halftime entertainment very soon for you guys to enjoy. The Creator's still going for 3-1 to Manchester City. My prediction of 2-0 City is now out of the window. Juji, thanks for tuning in. Says, why does City do this in big games? Do they just like making hard work of it? Do they like putting us through our paces? I'm not too sure, but it's been very subpar. Thankfully, we do have another half to try and sort it out. As I said, I do have today's video sponsor, SofaScore, locked and loaded for you guys. So I'll see you all in, 15 seconds time. Massive shout out there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. As I said, do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. So as I said, I do have some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. Once again, brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. Links and details, they are in the description. This is the Flaming B52 Shot Shooter. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another drinks video. And for today's drinks video, what we're going to do, we're going to make a shot. You probably heard of this, and if you know your shots or your shooters, you will know this one. It is the B52, which is one of the most famous shots out there. Gotta say, especially when you're lighting for Flaming B52. Gotta say, it's not to be confused with the plain either. Gotta say, the origins of this shot are not clear at all. It's supposed to be originated in the 1970s from a bartender, as he liked the band B52, not with the bomber, the B52 from the 1950s. Because so the origins go back to 1970s, but like with any drinks or cocktail history, it's never quite clear, is it? So let's get straight into this and make the B52. Right, so with the B52, it's 3 ingredients that are all layered, so I will show you how to make this. So this is a 3-drink layered shot. So the first thing we're going to do is layer in the coffee liqueur. Doesn't have to be Kahlua, which is what I'm using, so 1/3 of an ounce, which is 10 ml. So this is where you get your bar spoon now, and layer on top that Bailey's Irish cream. Remember, slow pour. Slowly pour in the Grand Marnier. So as you can see, it's separating. So now here comes the fun part. What we're going to do now with the B52 shot is a lighter. So you can't see the flame that clear, because I think we need a better light for that. But that is the flaming B52. Because say before you consume the shot, always blow out the flame. Because you don't want any accidents. So this is the B52. Because you can certainly taste the warmth for that. Because it's quite a nice drink as well. It's quite a nice shot. It's one thing I will say. It's flavourful and you can certainly go for more. I was going to say that's the dangerous thing about it, but it's a nice shot to get the party started in. Is classic, it is a timeless classic. The B52 shot or the flaming B52. Remember always to blow out the flame before you consume. But that, guys, is the flaming B52 shot or shooter. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It for more shooters like this, more shots like this, more cocktails or more any drinks ideas. As I will see you guys for the next drinks video. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for being today's halftime entertainment. Much appreciated. Do go and check him out. Links and details there in the description. So guys, we're now 36 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here, and do remember to check out today's video sponsor SofaScore, free app to download, keeping you up to date with all your footballing needs, all your latest football scores, and of course all your statistics and analysis, with Manchester City not doing too well here, and SofaScore helping me to understand why that may be. Free app to download, links and details there in the description. So just going through some of the scores from earlier on today, Premier League action. Brentford took on Liverpool, finished 4-1 to Liverpool there away from home in West London in the early kickoff in the 3 p.m. Burnley 0, Arsenal 5, Fulham 1, Aston Villa 2, Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 2, Nottingham Forest 2, West Ham 0, Tottenham 1, Wolves 2, and currently the latest score here, Manchester City 0, Chelsea 1 at half-time. Having a look at the other games that have taken place in England in the Championship, Plymouth 0, Leeds United 2 in the early kickoff in the Championship. In the 3 p.m. games, Birmingham City 2, Sunderland 1, Bristol City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Huddersfield 1, Hull City 2, Leicester City 1, Middlesbrough 2 in a surprising scoreline there in the Championship today. Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Norwich City 4, Cardiff City 1, Preston North End 2, Blackburn Rovers 2, Rotherham United 0, Watford 1, Stoke City 0, Coventry City 1, and Swansea City 1, Ipswich Town 2. Into League 1, Bolton Wanderers 3, Charlton Athletic 3, Carlisle United 0, Cambridge United 4, Cheltenham Town 3, Port Vale 2, Derby County 1, Stevenage 0, Fleetwood Town 1, Barnsley 2, Leyton Orient 1, Burton Albion 2, Lincoln City 1, Exeter City 0, Northampton Town 3, Bristol Rovers 1, Peterborough United 1, Blackpool 2, Portsmouth 4, Reading 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Wigan Athletic 1, and Wycombe Wanderers 0, Oxford United 0. In League 2, Wimbledon, AFC Wimbledon that is 1, Morecambe 1, Bradford City 1, Sutton United 0, Colchester City 1, Accrington Stanley 1, Crawley Town 2, Forest Green Rovers 0, Crewe Alexandra 0, Harrogate Town 0, Grimsby Town 1, Doncaster 5, Newport County 1, Gillingham 0, Salford City 5, Barrow 3, Swindon Town 1, Milton Keynes Dons 2, Tranmere Rovers 4, Stockport County 0, Walsall 2, Mansfield 1, and Wrexham 1, Notts County 0. Women's Super League, Manchester United 3, Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1, and a massive result yesterday for Manchester City's women's sides, of course, beating beating Chelsea, by a goal to 0. Fantastic victory that for Manchester City's women's side yesterday. Beating them away from home as well. Decent win for the ladies, so well done to them. Interesting title race there in the Women's Super League. Interesting title race here in the Premier League. Players are back out on the pitch as we're now 32 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. City ready to get us back underway for the second half. There's been a bit of slack for Alvarez on social media that I've seen. from the first half there, saying Alvarez in midfield just doesn't work. I think I've already given my thoughts on Julian Alvarez in midfield for Manchester City. Deji says we need to get Bernardo on the field. I agree, Bernardo Silva needs to be on. And here we are. Again, half time, no changes made. Why no changes made? It's a must-win game. We need to score at least 2 goals in the second half. Bernardo Silva's a phenomenal attacking talent. Chuck him on, get him on the right wing, get Phil Foden into midfield, and either take Alvarez or take Akanji off. Nadir, I do still think City will win. I'll always back the boys in blue. But we need to play better than we did first half. We turn up like we did first half, we're not winning this game. Here's Doku, making his intent known, going to the byline. Ball comes in. Weren't a very good one. Does find De Bruyne, though, in midfield. Kyle Walker now works it from the right-hand side back into that congested midfield. Diaz now to Doku. Gives the ball to Rodri, and he goes down under a challenge, and that's a free kick for City in a good area. Shootable range. Caicedo already on a yellow card. City players asking the question of the referee. You know, there's 3 consecutive fouls in the first half before he went into the book. It's late on Rodri, goes through the back of him. Caicedo needs to be careful, and I think maybe Pochettino might be thinking about that at some point, you would think. Maybe soon. The creator reckons 3-1 City win. English Dawn, I agree, City do need to take the handbrake off here and get back up to speed and quick. So a free kick here for City. De Bruyne stood over this, about 20 yards out from goal, edge of the penalty area. More than enough room for De Bruyne to get this up and get this down. It's a good opportunity this for Manchester City. De Bruyne loves the goal against Chelsea, remember. Can he get another? Here's De Bruyne to take. What can he do? De Bruyne. He's looking for the near post rather than getting it up and down over the wall. Keeper caught flat-footed there. Doesn't get it too far away. But again, it's another effort on goal and another effort that's off target. As we're now 31 likes away from 100 likes. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Says, hi, Jay. Don't think Doku does enough defending time to get Bernardo on. Yeah, potentially. I think Jack Grealish, if he had been fit, may have started this game. I feel like this game maybe suits someone like Jack Grealish, but Jack Grealish suits games that Man City either have want control of, or Man City are just looking for that extra option just to try and sort a problem out on the left-hand side. I actually think a bigger problem comes with us not playing Josko Gvardiol. I enjoyed seeing Josko Gvardiol go on that left-hand side. He might not have had a great end product over the last few weeks, but I've enjoyed seeing him. Erling Haaland goes down in the penalty area as a ball comes in from Doku. Pep Guardiola likes that, so he's clearly told the City team, balls into the box and a bit quicker. Takes the gamble. Haaland, there's a bit of a coming together. I don't think there's a penalty there for me. As we're now 30 likes away from 100 likes. Referee says it has been checked and they're happy with the original decision, and play will continue as Petrovic, put under pressure, puts the ball out. And Man City here got Chelsea where we want them first 3 minutes. It'd be good now to try and get a shot on goal and try and get a goal, because I think that may just force Chelsea to just take the back foot, take the back seat in this game. Takes all the sting away from their hard work in the first half and puts Man City in the ascendancy. And Kyle Walker goes down. He wants a penalty and a free kick given against Kyle Walker. Can't believe it. Messi Mar, thanks for the €1 donation. Much appreciated, my friend. Walker can't believe it. VAR will check it. It looks like Walker protects the ball and initiates the contact from behind. Let's have a look at this. It's Sterling that went in on Walker. And it's Raheem Sterling that goes through the back of Kyle Walker. How does the free kick go against Walker? Is it the little shove in the back? There's a coming together between the two players. Kyle Walker's protecting the ball. He knows what he's doing there, Kyle Walker. The question is, I think because he's leaning in with his arm onto the back of Raheem Sterling, I think that gives the reason for the referee to give the free kick, and VAR won't overturn it, yeah. And they stand with the original decision. So there was a VAR check. I don't think there was a penalty there. Kyle Walker goes in with his arm into the back and initiates the contact. But it's good play from Manchester City. Really good play. Better. Larissa, thank you very much for the €1 donation. Much appreciated. Here's Chelsea coming forward. First time we've seen them come forward in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Here's Cole Palmer now to defending for City to do. Gives the ball to Gusto. Back to Cole Palmer. Doku's got back, tracking back. Cross comes in, header won by Kyle Walker. De Bruyne can get his foot onto it. Haaland can get his foot onto it. And City can maybe think about the counter-attack if it falls nicely. And it does. Here's De Bruyne. There's a 3-on-3. Foden. Can he get it across? He can. Haaland! Oh, he can't sort his feet out. He can't sort his feet out. He needed to go across goal there and go for the far post. He goes for the near post. And because of that, the ball was always a little bit behind him. And it goes out of play for a goal kick, and it's a fair bit wide in the end there from Erling Haaland. Here's City then once more. Another... Chelsea have snuffed it out, and they're thinking about their own attack there. Mr. Criminal, thanks very much for the €1 donation. Much appreciated, my friends. Shout out to Messi, Marv, Larissa, and Mr. Criminal there for the donations. All legends. Here's Disasi now for Chelsea. Gives the ball to Colwill. Now, they're playing... There's no Thiago Silva today, so Colwill's going in as their centre-back, and I'm surprised Man City haven't thought about targeting that more. I certainly would be. Here's Chelsea. They want a free kick. Referee's not giving them a free kick. Still managed to find the pass, though. And here is Chilwell. Bit of space here for Jackson, and Ruben Dias playing all the Chelsea attackers on side there. Akanji's not covering the gap, and Gallagher doesn't sort his feet out, and Haaland had a good opportunity at the other end. It's Gallagher's turn there at the Manchester City end to try and double Chelsea's lead, and Ruben Dias just not reading the defensive line there. He's just keeping everybody on side. There's just so much space for Chelsea to work with. Larissa, thank you very much for your kind comment there. Anyway, City still trailing by 1-0 here. Here's Jeremy Doku. Nearly given away. RS, am I trying to grow a bit? No, freshly shaven, all shaven, no facial hair from me. No beard. I can't really grow a beard, it grows in patches. So, no. Here's De Bruyne. Not the best of balls in from De Bruyne. You always fancy De Bruyne's going to do something. It's not been De Bruyne's best game since he's come back, that's for sure at the moment. He's moved more across to the right-hand side and Foden going more through the middle. De Bruyne tries another ball into the box. It's a better ball this time, and Haaland can't get his head onto it. Doku does find it on the left-hand side. He's got Cole Palmer for company. He backheels it to Ake. He's got a little bit of space to work with. He'll put it out for a corner off Cole Palmer there for Man City, and more work for Chelsea to do from a defensive point of view. English done. It was a great win yesterday night for the Manchester City ladies. Hopefully, they got their win against Chelsea. We can follow them up and do the same here. So, Manchester City then. De Bruyne takes, near post, flicked on, Chelsea, get the foot onto it, think about the counter-attack. Sterling's made a good run. Nicolas Jackson with the ball, he plays a pass, it's too heavy, way too much on that from Jackson, and that'll be Ederson intercepting that for Manchester City. 54 minutes in here at the Etihad, it's Manchester City 0, Chelsea 1, following on from Liverpool's victory earlier on today against Brentford away from home, and Arsenal's impressive away victory against Burnley by 5-0. Manchester City are in a position where it's must win and very much under pressure here at the Etihad Stadium, and Chelsea not done yet, trying to get forward. Free kick given against Ruben Dias, and Chelsea will have a free kick just inside their own half. Here's Chelsea coming forward. Lovely control by Ben Chilwell. Raheem Sterling now. Working it backwards to Colwill. Here's Disasi now to Palmer. He just puts it through the legs of Alvarez. Alvarez is all over the place. This game's not suiting Alvarez today. Here's Gusto. That's a good ball in, and Ederson makes the save, and another save from Ederson, and City not got this one clear, and that'll go out for a corner. No, it won't. Here's Chelsea coming forward again. It's a good save from Ederson, and once again, Chelsea will feel like they've weathered that early storm from City, looking to get forward. The danger's still not gone. Here's Gusto. Forced backwards from Manchester City. Here's Jackson. RS, an interesting question. Crystal Palace don't want to play football, so they'll go with the low block regardless of who they're up against. Whereas with Manchester City, you're not going to get a low block coming in from Manchester City, which means if Chelsea want to have a possession-based game, you're going to have to go toe-for-toe with City, which means there's going to be space. They'll have watched the approach of other teams, and they'll be thinking to themselves, do you know what? I think the best approach here is to execute the plan that other teams have had, which is frustrate Manchester City, look for the counter-attack, and just be lethal in front of goal, in particular away from home. So it's all about adapting your style of play to meet the different opponents that you play. Man City just tend to tinker with the formation rather than with the philosophy, but Mauricio Pochettino is not someone I really associate with too much philosophy, if I'm honest. He stinks of a manager that's... I mean, if Chelsea win the League Cup, they'll regard that as successful. It's a trophy, of course, but you know, they lose next weekend and they don't finish in the European spots. The money that Chelsea have spent, it's just not a successful season for them. Mr. Criminal, thanks very much for the €1 donation. Much appreciated, my friend. Here is Jeremy Doku now into the penalty area. City need a goal. Doku to the byline. Tries to square one across, and who's there? Disasi to intercept. Having a good game for Chelsea. No Thiago Silva, so he wants to use his experience, and Haaland does really well, and Man City managed to force a throw in there. English Dawn says 599 home goals under Pep. Can they make it 600? We need to make it 600 today. It needs to be 601, really. I want to stress the importance that 1-1 today, I just don't think cuts it. A 1-1 today means more than likely Man City head into the match at Anfield behind Liverpool with no games in hand to play with. Here's Rodri. He wants to go down. He does go down. Referee says no free kick. And Gusto put that out for a throw. It's better. Come on. Up in the pace. This is where it's been near enough 15 minutes of Manchester City dominating this game. Substitutions. You've got to start thinking about substitutions now. Start chucking on your Bernardo Silvas. Your Oscar Bobbs. Need another Newcastle moment, really, don't we, away from home from January. Here is Nathan Ake then to Jeremy Doku. I also want to reiterate that City are pushing Akanji further forward, and we're looking at a centre-back getting further forward for City, whose distribution and work with his feet and scoring goals just isn't his forte. And I don't understand why John Stones has not started this game. I don't understand why you wouldn't go with a Kovacic or somebody in that position. I don't understand. Here's Rodri. Caicedo all over him. Nicolas Jackson all over him. De Bruyne now to Kyle Walker. Ball comes in, not a very good one. Looking for Haaland. Intercepted. Nathan Ake to Akanji. She wants to go backwards. She's playing safe passes. Belief. Going back to what I was saying before at the early parts of the stream, you've got to have belief. You've got to believe in yourself. Here's Doku now to Ake. He has space to work with because Conor Gallagher slipped, and I don't think he realised. Here's Doku now to Akanji. Tries to square one across. Well, going back to what I just said, you've got a centre-back trying to ping a ball across the box there to find an assist. Ruben Dias finds a pass to Nathan Ake. Ake, using all his strength, gets a free kick on Cole Palmer. And that'll be a yellow card for Cole Palmer as well. So, on the hour mark then, 1-0 Chelsea lead, big 30 minutes here, really big 30 minutes. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, 30 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Remember, free app to download. And also don't forget, you can use that QR code on screen as well if you want to go and scan the QR code to download the amazing SofaScore app. Here is Nathan Ake then, gives the ball to Akanji, and he's working across to the right-hand side. Here's Walker now. Work back out to Nathan Ake. There's players on the right. They keep going down this left. Here's Doku. Doesn't go across. Goes to the byline. Now the ball comes across. Foden with the shot. Haaland, no! Again, Chelsea just chucking men behind the ball, and it works. It's an opportunity for City. We should have scored by now. We really should. Foden makes a pretty decent contact on the volley. Disasi makes the block. Alvarez just kind of gets in the way, and Haaland's shot. It's a good block there. Really good block from Colwill. Here's Foden now to De Bruyne. Looking for the Doku and Gusto's there to head the ball away. Here's Foden now. He's not got that half a yard he needs for the space, but here's Doku now to Foden. Rodri! Over the bar. Too many shots off target. Too many shots. It's good play from Manchester City. And Rodri's just not got the accuracy there to bend it round and into the back of the net. Petrovic put into the book for time wasting. Sends the ball long. Akanji wins the foot race on Jackson, and Ederson will send that long on his weaker right foot. Chelsea are full of plagued injuries, remember the geezer Dan as well. It's not just a Chelsea side who's not performing very well. It's a Chelsea side that aren't performing very well with a pretty depleted team. Doing the job on Manchester City. They've not really got too much quality on the bench, so fatigue could become an issue here for Chelsea. Here is Kyle Walker trying to get a ball across, trying to do something. No luck. Enzo Fernandez has it snuffed out, and that's out for a throw into Chelsea. And some instructions coming in from Pochettino to Nkunku, who's going to come on. Not too many players on that Chelsea bench that's got too many senior appearances. You're looking at about 2 or 3. So Nkunku's going to come on, extra bit of pace here for Chelsea, and it's Raheem Sterling against his former team coming off. And it's Christopher Nkunku, scored a hat-trick past Manchester City for RB Leipzig a couple of years back in the group stages. City went on to win that game. I think it was 6-3. And Man City are going to chuck on Bernardo Silva, and he's going to come on for Julian Alvarez. Larissa, thank you very much for the €1 donation. Much appreciated, my friend, helping to support the future content created here on my channel. So, a massive 26 minutes plus whatever's to be added on here for City's season, you fancy. Ball given away by Chelsea here. Doku protecting the ball really well. Releases it. Haaland! Oh, good save. Finally, we get a shot on target. Finally, we get that shot on target. City, urgency, taking the corner quickly. Here's Doku. Gets his shot all wrong and out for a goal kick. Takes the sting away from the attack there for Manchester City. Here's Petrovic then. Sends the ball long for Chelsea. 25 minutes. Header won by City. De Bruyne can't find his pass to Haaland. Here's Disasi to Conor Gallagher. Chipped into space. And here's the danger for City now. They go with the early ball across. And Nkunku, he's had to turn. It's a good block from Akanji. Jackson and Enzo Fernandez getting each other's way. And Jackson furious at Enzo Fernandez there. And Man City now happy to use the counter-attack instead. Rodri floats the ball across to Doku, takes a good touch as well, and here comes the cavalry, the support, and Gusto does really well in his defending, really well, and Jeremy Doku's deemed to have fouled him. What's he fouled him on? What's he done? That Chelsea goal wouldn't have counted because Nkunku was offside had Chelsea scored. I think it's Enzo Fernandez that took the shot off Nicolas Jackson. Nadir says this low block Harron ball is so annoying to play against. That's why teams do it, because Man City just don't have the answers. 20 shots from City, 2 on target. It's so poor. So poor from Manchester City today. They knew the permutations. They know the pressure that they're under. We've been here time and time again with the most experienced team, with the most experienced players in these kind of situations. Here's Rodri then for City. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Work to Jeremy Doku. So it looks like Bernardo Silva's just playing up top. He's going to be looking for that pocket of space. This is where I'd like to see Phil Foden going into the pocket alongside Bernardo Silva and maybe moving De Bruyne to the right-hand side. Just purely because if you're working it on the right-hand side, De Bruyne is bow-footed and also puts in a better ball into the box than Foden, in my opinion. Yeah, you're seeing Foden now going into the middle and De Bruyne going out wide. Rodri's in space. It's going to be given away because of a poor pass from Ruben Dias. And yeah, Manchester City just... They're so un-Manchester City. I can't make sense of it. Here's Nicolas Jackson coming forward. Here's Enzo Fernandez now. And then Nkunku can't sort his feet out. I just remember what Chelsea remind me of. They remind me of a FIFA team. Defend deep, through balls, pace merchants up top. Freddie, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Chelsea have executed that game plan very well so far. And Manchester City here have got 20 odd minutes to try and sort it out. Here's De Bruyne up against his former team. Comes off Colwill and out for a corner. Colwill not happy with that. He's going to have to deal with it. English done, I think you're spot on. Says clock is ticking. City up against the clock, and it's what happens when you're not on it from the off. You have 90 minutes to win a game of football, not 45. You're putting yourself under pressure from doing what City did in the first half, and they got rightfully punished for it. They can't keep doing it and not get punished for it. "21 minutes then remaining here for City. Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans will be watching this with keen interest. Chelsea's just starting to drop deeper. I spoke about tiredness being an impact here. Not the best of balls from De Bruyne. Cut off by Colwill. Can't get his clearance sorted. Haaland can't win the ball back. Up against Enzo Fernandez. He's going nowhere. Leave him. Yeah, he runs the ball out of play for a throw-in. City take it quick. Kyle Walker nearly gave the ball away. Haaland's gone down. Rodri goes for a shot. Cleared by Chelsea. Only as far as Ruben Dias. Here is Akanji now. He's gone onto the right-hand side of defence, Akanji, so Walker can push further forward. So there is going to be vulnerabilities and gaps in defensive midfield for City, but we need a goal, so that's why it's there. And it's good defending from Chilwell on Phil Foden. That's out for a throw in 20 minutes remaining. Chelsea chucking on another substitution, more fresh legs. And Cole Palmer is going to come off. Gets booed by the City faithful. Some applauding, but majority are booing. So Cole Palmer comes off and Chalobah comes on for Chelsea. Here's Rodri. Chip towards Phil Foden. Kyle Walker now. Header won by Disasi. Here's Ruben Dias. Gives the ball to Walker. Mr. Criminal. Good question. Only reason I don't is because of time. De Bruyne goes across and falls luckily for the keeper, and Chelsea celebrate that again like they've scored a goal. Yeah, Mr. Criminal, it's all to do with time. I do this part-time and then work full-time, so I just don't have a load of time on my hands. And because I don't have a load of time on my hands, I just stick predominantly to Manchester City because it's more manageable. You'd see me burn out very quickly if I did other games as well. Here is Phil Foden. English Dawn says not only does City need to score, but score plenty to better the goal difference. At the moment, I'm not even worried about goal difference. I'm worried about wins. We need wins. 3 points. They're the most important thing. So good ball from Chelsea. This goes 2-0. It's probably game, set and match. RS. We've wasted some very good opportunities. Do I make money doing this? I do make money doing this. Nowhere near enough to sustain any kind of living. You want me to put like a... Yeah, it's just nowhere near enough. Makes a nice hobby though. Moises Caicedo just works it backwards. Chelsea win the ball here. Anyway, we're 25 likes away from 100 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Do subscribe as well and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. That'd be much appreciated. It is a free app to download, and it does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Time running out here for Manchester City. Nadir reckons Chelsea will find the counter-attack and get a second goal. Although Chelsea give the ball away and out for a throw-in. That's a good ball from De Bruyne. Bernardo tries to square it across, and who's there but Disasi once again. He's had an outstanding game. And the ball from Bernardo too close to Petrovic, and he catches the ball comfortably there. Is Enzo Fernandez coming forward up against Rodri, and Enzo Fernandez tries to find the pass. Kyle Walker does very well there. And Manchester City can get the ball back. The crowd get behind the players. And Man City in desperate need of goals. Here's Phil Foden. I'd quite like... I've remained tight-lipped on attacking South Stand second half. I'd like to see City in a situation like today where you attack the South Stand rather than the Family Stand. I just feel like the team, when you need a goal, are more motivated. De Bruyne goes down. He's hurt, De Bruyne. Really hurt. Here's Bernardo Silva to Ake. Man City need a goal, so they've got to continue. Here's Bernardo. De Bruyne is still walking very gingerly. He's just got up now. He's in a lot of pain. Here's Doku. Gives it to Bernardo. Can't sort his feet out, and a shot comes in and it's wide and out for a corner. Need to keep going. I think De Bruyne is okay to continue, thankfully. He took a little knock there on his ankle, I think. It seems okay. He's come over to take the corner. Seems to be moving better now as well. 15 minutes. Huge 15 minutes for City here. Corner coming in from Kevin De Bruyne. Doesn't beat the first man. Not great. Only finds Phil Foden though. Here's De Bruyne. Looks to try and find Phil Foden again, and it's not the best of passes. I don't think Phil Foden was on that same wavelength from Gusto. Makes a sliding interception and puts it out for a throw-in. Here's De Bruyne once more. Goes to Phil Foden. Dinks it. Back post. Looking for Haaland. Bernardo goes for the shot, and Ake's too much beyond him, and out for a goal kick. Bernardo looks bemused. Does he think Ake could maybe throw himself at this? Let's have a look. There's too much beyond Ake. Won't get into that anyway. Pep Guardiola applauds. Says, come on, keep the pace, keep the intensity, keep it going. 14 minutes still to play. At the moment, Man City going 5 points behind Liverpool with one game in hand. And Liverpool have the +5 goal difference, and we do still have to go to Anfield. So we can still overtake Liverpool, but we must win at Anfield is what this result means at the moment. The bigger concern maybe is Arsenal, that we do have to play Arsenal still, which is good, but we win the game in hand. Unless we absolutely annihilate Brentford and win by, is it 6? Maybe, is it 6? 6 goals I think we need to win if we lose by 1 here. To overtake Arsenal. Doku squares one across, cleared. De Bruyne now gives it to Nathan Ake. De Bruyne goes in. Haaland surely heads it over. I can't believe it. Erling Haaland's had a chance to score at least 2 goals today. I can't believe he's missed that. Finally, we get that connection. De Bruyne for Haaland. Free header. It just needs to find the back of the net. There's your opportunity. Rodri tackled. Ruben Dias mops that one up. 12 minutes. Chelsea have conceded the 3rd most out of any teams in the last 15 minutes of games. Hopefully that's a good omen for us and we can just pull out a couple of goals. Here's Rodri. Finds Foden. Back to Rodri. Tries to square a ball across. Chelsea, 6 centre-backs at the moment. Literally just packed inside that box. There's just no space. Here's Doku. Wants to take on Gusto. Can't get rid of him. Can't shake him off. Back to Doku. Tries to find De Bruyne. Does find De Bruyne. He's turned to goal and De Bruyne happy to take the corner. Colonel says City dominating, but hard when low block teams goes ahead. It's hard against Chelsea. Got loads of pace on the counter. We've still got Arsenal, so it's not too much to worry about. But not great. And Haaland looking for the header. Nadir says Champions League final all over again. Chelsea scored in the exact same minute as they did in Porto that day as Bernardo goes close and puts it wide. City just not got the shooting boots on. There's far too many shots off target. Not tested the keeper anywhere near enough for the amount of opportunities created. Just not got the shooting boots on. There's been chances for City to win this game. There has. Here's Rodri then. Come on. to Kyle Walker. Foden, back to Walker. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Jeremy Doku now. He goes for the far post looking for Haaland. He hooks it back across and that was good work from Haaland. Really good work that from Haaland to keep that ball in. Hooked it back across. Could easily touch somebody's arm in that situation. City have had 25 shots now. And remarkably, just 3 on target. Doku. 13 shots in the second half, 1 on target. It was 12 in the first half, 2 on target. And I said that's really poor. 13 in the second half with 1 on target. Just not good enough. Chelsea chucking more fresh legs onto the pitch. You're going to see Nicolas Jackson coming off. And you're going to see Caicedo come on. Cesar Caicedo come on. Here's Nathan Ake. Nadir getting frustrated, saying, so slow, can't believe it. And City are just, they have been slow. It's just been frustrating. And you just wonder if today's just not going to be our day. But just got to dig deep, find something. Here's Bernardo to Haaland. And Walker strikes it across. Rodri. Oh! I'm not sure if it's an own goal or a Rodri goal, but it's an equaliser. Who cares? Rodri with the goal for Manchester City. And 8 huge minutes to come here at the Etihad. Manchester City won. Chelsea won. It's a scrappy goal, but they all count. Massive, massive deflection to take it beyond the keeper. I don't know if this is going to count as a Rodri goal or an own goal. I'm not sure. But the relief to find City, that equaliser. Chelsea have just made the sub. Players are tired. This is a chance for City now to really push and really go for this. 8 minutes to go. And it's sheer frustration from City. 7 big minutes. Colonel says, just whack it low and hard. Anything can happen. You do feel the Etihad erupts. You do feel like we're at the point of no return. I was speaking before about us picking up a point, but it still means that Manchester City need a win at Anfield. Presuming that Man City win against Brentford and Bournemouth and Liverpool win against Luton and we win the derby and Liverpool win against whomever they play at the beginning of March. Things can still happen. Will I take a draw? I'd be much happier to take a draw from the situation that we was in if you was to ask me 2 minutes ago. I have maintained throughout this stream, so I'm going to have to maintain what I've been saying, which is a draw to me just isn't enough. It's better than not losing. That point could be the point that wins us the league, but it just puts us under so much pressure that, you know, you want to be in the best position possible. Bernardo into the book for Manchester City. Can't believe it. 6 minutes then. Clock ticking. Clock ticking. Chelsea then launch the ball forward. We're not really seeing too much from Chelsea since they've made them substitutions. Saw Chelsea go close once, but Nkunku was offside in the build-up, so it wouldn't have mattered when Enzo Fernandez took it away from the feet of Nicolas Jackson. We've not seen since then Chelsea get forward, and this is the first chance that we've seen Chelsea actually get forward. 5 minutes remaining then of this game. Launched forward by Chelsea. Offside flag up against Gusto, and that'll end that. Huge 5 minutes coming up. Don't forget, guys, 25 likes, 3/4 of our way to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Free app to download. Link in the description. Also in the live chat, you can use the QR code on screen as well. Here is Rodri then. Gives the ball to Jeremy Doku. Can't take on Gusto. Gusto's had a very good game, I think, for Chelsea today. Very good game. Jeremy Doku makes the interception for Manchester City. Here is Rodri, and Manchester City can spread the play. Come on. Akanji. They keep working it down this congested left-hand side, don't they? Keep doing it. Petrovic puts his foot through it, gets it clear for Chelsea, gets it towards halfway. Nathan Ake can take the touch, gives it to Ruben Dias. He's got De Bruyne dropping into space now to help him out, to give him an option. Just works it back to Ake. 4 minutes remaining here. Here is Rodri now. Gives the ball to Ruben Dias. Here is Phil Foden. Bad player. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Here is De Bruyne. Too much on it. Finds Doku, though. Up against Gusto. Gives the ball to goal scorer Rodri. Puts a ball in. Headed clear by Chelsea. City can't win the second ball, and Chelsea can hack it clear. And Chelsea have stopped committing players forward now. We're now 24 likes away from 100 likes. Huge few minutes coming up here. 3 minutes plus whatever's to be added on. You fancy there's probably going to be at least 5 minutes added on. Maybe more. Here's Jeremy Doku up against Gusto. There's just been no real success for Jeremy Doku. He's just getting surrounded out here. It's not been Jeremy Doku's day, and Gusto's kind of pocketed him, if we're being honest. Here's Doku again. Don't understand why you just get the ball to the right-hand side. It's just not been Jeremy Doku's day. Here's Enzo Fernandez getting forward. Colonel says, Cole Palmer coming off killed the game. It's like when City would take off De Bruyne for no reason. You take off our best player, you fall off a cliff and you're struggling. And Man City get the ball back through an offside on Ben Chilwell. Andy, thanks for tuning in. And Allison's, I just got in. Seems yet again we aren't being clinical enough, and this is going to be our downfall. There's been chances. It's not been a fluent game. It's not been a game full of opportunities, but there's been 1 or 2 big opportunities that City haven't put him on the pitch, put it in the back of the net. And ultimately, it's been very costly, and the De Bruyne ball comes in, not the best, and goes out for a throw into Chelsea, and the clock just continues to tick away. 2 minutes remaining here. Gusto to take the throw-in for Chelsea. And Chelsea will still celebrate this like they've won the game because it's a good result for them at the Etihad. But for Manchester City, it's not a good result. Here's Walker. City players know it because the urgency's just continued. They know they need the 3 points. They know they need to keep coming forward. I keep mentioning goal difference, but goal difference is irrelevant if Man City aren't picking up 3 points. Here is Ruben Dias now. Gives the ball to Doku. Nathan Ake. Have we got something late on here? Doku. To De Bruyne. Akanji now. Ake. Is it worth a shot? He doesn't. He goes to Doku. Bernardo makes a run. Gives Doku a bit of space. He puts a good ball in the box. Nobody reads it. Disasi does, because Disasi's read just about everything that's come into the box today. And heads it behind for a corner. De Bruyne then to take for Manchester City. Heading towards added time. Why is there empty seats in the stadium? Why have people got up and left the stadium? It's cost a lot of money to be there. It's a massive game for City. Why have people left the stadium? Haaland heads that header down and into the ground and in front of the keeper, and the keeper just collects that as calm as you like. Just 4 minutes added on. Now, I'm sorry, but if this was Liverpool, this is Arsenal in the same situation. 10 minutes is going on that board, and you know it. Four minutes then. Just not a lot of time to work with. Cross comes in from Chelsea. Header won by Chelsea. And Kunku gets a shot away, but collected by Ederson. He'll roll it out to Ake. So there's 3.5 minutes here for Man City to try and find something. Bernardo Silva works it across to Kyle Walker. Here's De Bruyne. He goes early towards Haaland and nobody. He's just beyond everybody, and Petrovic just collects that. Here's Ruben Dias for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. Phil Foden now to De Bruyne. Goes deep. Doku can't find a City player. Chelsea can whack it clear. Ake takes the free kick. Brave free kick. Caicedo just whacks him in the back of the head. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Mr. Criminal, thank you very much for the €1 donation. Much appreciated, my friend. City just choose to take this free kick quickly. Or they wanted to. Referee's not allowing them to. Eventually they can. 2 minutes remaining. Here is De Bruyne. Bernardo for company. Surely De Bruyne goes with a ball in. He can't get the ball across. He's been whacked in the head. City saying don't stop the play. Walker goes for his one effort on goal. Why does he do it every game? I'm sorry, Kyle, but there's 2 minutes remaining of the match. Why is he going for his Kyle Walker 35-yard rocket right now? Off target, high and wide. Why? "90 seconds. There's maybe a chance for one more opportunity. We need to get hold of the ball first." Bernardo does the most sensible thing and just sends it back to Ederson, knowing full well that Chelsea are just going to sit deep and drop deep, which means City can push forward. Walker puts the jets on. Gives the ball to De Bruyne. Here is Foden to Ruben Dias. City now on the edge of the penalty area to Doku. 1 minute. What a time to find a goal. And he gets a corner. Last opportunity then. One more bit of defending for Chelsea to do. One last attack for Manchester City. Corner then. De Bruyne to take. There's no one else I'd want on that corner. Takes it. City need to win the header. They can't. Keeper fists it clear. And they get it clear. Chelsea do as well. 20 seconds remaining. There's maybe a chance for City to pump a ball forward one more time. Ederson nearly slipped and gave an opportunity away. Here is Foden now to Rodri. One last chance for a ball to go into the box. Here's Bernardo. Everyone in the area. Ball comes in. It's not a bad ball. Haaland wins the header. It's dropping down. There's grappling. City want a handball. They're pleading for a handball. Here's Doku. We're desperate. Doku goes for the shot. It's not working, and Chelsea will get that one clear. VAR are looking at that handball. I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. Chelsea want the full-time whistle. Ball comes into the area, and it's deep. Bernardo, pull it across. Anything. Ake heads it down. Rodri splits wide. Just wide. And that's out for a corner. Now the referee can say, stop. I want VAR to look at that handball. Or look at an elbow. Man City asking for everything. It's definitely on his arm, but I don't see where Colwill's arm can go. It's definitely... He moves across his arm. definitely on his arm. It just rolls across his arm. I don't think it's deliberate. I'm not sure. I don't think that's a penalty. Yeah, corner Manchester City. Last opportunity. The thing is, he makes the challenge. His arm can't go anywhere, and then just rolls over his arm. Last chance then. A minute overtime. There will be tears if Man City score right now. Bernardo comes in. Keeper flaps, and Chelsea get it clear, and that will be that. Man City drop points. There's celebrations in North London. There's celebrations in Merseyside right now because Arsenal and Liverpool are very happy with that. Manchester City, we've dropped 2 points, and it is as simple as that. So good point for Chelsea. They executed their game plan very well. Manchester City, not at the races today. Missed opportunities. Weren't the best of performances from Manchester City. And City, not enough. Performance, not enough. And it's, just poor. Not going to lie. Not Man City's best performances. It's still in our hands is the positive that we've got. You two, thanks for tuning in. John, thanks for tuning in. Haaland shoves the camera out of the way. He doesn't want the camera in his face right now. He's disappointed. He clearly feels like he's maybe responsible for the 2 big opportunities not being put into the back of the net. But I like to remain positive. But I'll tell you what it's going to take for Man City to win the league from here on out. We're going to need to beat Liverpool at Anfield, and we're going to need to beat Arsenal at home. That's what's needed. Because we can't afford to lose at Anfield against Liverpool. 5-point gap. That gap will be cut down to 2 points should we win our game in hand. Liverpool play a day later on Wednesday for their game in hand at the weekend. Next weekend, as they're not playing, we play Bournemouth, so we're going to be under pressure again. We're under pressure against Brentford. We're under pressure against Bournemouth. These are 2 huge games. We need to win them games. We do need to do something against Liverpool at Anfield. We more than likely need to go to Anfield and win. We need to beat Arsenal at the Etihad. We know that, but focus has to be on the immediate games, and Brentford and Bournemouth have to be them games. And unfortunately, I was hoping that we'd be in a position to maybe rotate our team, but I feel like we're in a position right now in the Premier League where we can't really afford to be rotating, to run the risk of dropping points. You can't afford for that, in my opinion, to happen. I think there's, how many games left for City now? Is there 13, 14 games? However many games are to come. Manchester City need to win every single one of them. That wins the Premier League. And I think that's what it's going to take. Let's have a look at the stats. Let's have a look at the league table. See what we're thinking. Larissa, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. And thanks for the donations as well. Right, so live league table is showing Manchester City in 3rd place. So disappointing. Means Manchester City now 4 points behind Liverpool. We've got a game in hand to go a point behind Liverpool. We still have to play them at Anfield. We need to beat them. I'm not even going to bother looking at Liverpool's fixtures. You've just got to presume that Liverpool are going to win their games, which means Man City, to win the Premier League, we have to... I mean, the upside is that point means that if we win on Tuesday, we go back over Arsenal and we go a point clear of them, and we still got to play Arsenal at the Etihad. That if we win that, and they win all their games between then, and we win all our games between then, we'll go 4 points clear of them. But there's just no room for error. We've got 14 games left of the season. There's 42 points to play for. You fancy it's going to be north of 90 to win the Premier League, which means there's just not much more room for us to drop points. you run the risk at Anfield, should we not lose there, that you need Liverpool to drop points somewhere else. I didn't want to look at Liverpool's fixtures, but I just want to have a look at who they've got to play. Where are them points going to be dropped if it is to happen? Let's just have a very quick look. Stats dominated by City. Not clinical enough is what today's down to. Lack of urgency in the first half. I don't like Alvarez in midfield. You guys already know that. I've not made that a secret. Not enough creativity. Not enough urgency first half. Not clinical enough. Nowhere near clinical enough in the final third from City today. And it's taken a deflection for us to find that equaliser. Liverpool then. Merseyside derby coming up. So Luton at home. Nottingham Forest away. They're formalities for Liverpool. City at Anfield, a difficult game. They follow that up with a Merseyside derby if there's no progress made in the FA Cup, so that's probably going to get moved. Brighton at home, Sheffield United at home. It's not going to happen. Man United away. Man United will be hating that. They really will be hating that. Palace at home, Fulham away. West Ham, Spurs, Villa, Wolves. Not the easiest of ends for Liverpool. There's points to be played for. You just can't look away from that match at Anfield. You feel like it's a winner takes all. You really do. You really, really do. Right, guys, we're 4 likes away from the nervous 90s, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. They provided all the information for you guys, including the build-up before the game, the team lineups, all the analysis, all the statistics, all the goal scorers, all your good bits of information. It's a free app to download. The link is in the description and also in the live chat. You can use the QR code on screen as well. That'll take you to the download page to download the free SofaScore app. It's a highly rated app. It's a brilliant app. Any of you guys that haven't got the app, go and download it. Use my link. You'll get the app. It's brilliant. Trust me, you won't regret it. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat. I will give more of my thoughts in the match review up in the next hour for you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We're 14 likes away from 100 likes. It'd be a shame if this doesn't hit 100 likes. So 14 more to go. Can we hit that in the post-production? That would be absolutely brilliant. And I will be live again on Tuesday evening. Manchester City taking on Brentford at home. Our game in hand. Huge game for Manchester City. That margin for error is just no longer there for Manchester City. And you just feel like these next 14 games for City are all must-win games, starting with that game on Tuesday night against Brentford. So I will see you for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you to everybody for interacting with me today. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up. And thank you to everybody that has left a donation as well. Big shout out to you guys. And I'll see you all again real soon. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao.